Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Drew, and I want to welcome you back to Learn How to See Better. It's the only podcast out there that'll actually improve your vision the longer you listen. And today, one of the things I want to talk about that's helped me improve my vision is just the simple fact that I am at an event continuing my education. And so it's like I'm going back to school, right? And I get my name badge, and it says Drew Davis, freshman. Freshman. I kind of chuckled about that because it's been a long time since I was a freshman in high school, freshman in college, a freshman in anything, but a freshman. And just the sound of it, a fresh man, fresh to whatever realm I'm being exposed to. When you're a freshman in high school, you're the smallest kid on campus typically. You're just looking up and seeing nothing but giants, right? And then, you're a freshman in college, you see people that have a plan for their life and some direction and a major. When I was a freshman, it's like, I had a major picked out, but all I knew is I wanted to be rich when I grew up. So I just picked what seemed like the best thing that my parents guided me on that was going to be, get me that good paying job and all that sort of thing, and away I went, right? But now as I look at this tag and it says Drew Davis freshman, I sit there and think about that because this program that I'm a part of, it's a newer program and it's still being built out. So there's not a graduating class yet. So it's full of freshmen and sophomores. And I kid you not, the idea of being a freshman, it's like, wow, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole again. It's like I'm learning and having to understand and respect the position that I'm in. Meaning that typically the freshman doesn't have it all figured out. Traditionally, the freshman's got some learning to do. Traditionally, the freshman would be wise to buddy up with some sophomores to maybe learn the ropes a little bit and learn how not to walk into those freshman poles or some of those other freshman initiation stories that you may remember, from back whenever you were going to school, assuming you're not a freshman in high school right now. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, the upperclassmen, I played sports and the football guys wanted to, find a way to initiate you. So they'd want to give you what they called a swirly. And it's where they'd try and, a few guys would grab you and rough you up and, put your head in a toilet bowl and flush it. Hopefully the water was clean. It never actually happened to me, but, there was obviously some vividly colored, vividly painted stories about, some of these incidents. But why am I talking about freshman year? Freshman year is a humbling experience for me right now. As someone who has had a level of success in corporate America, successfully leaving that on my own terms, having some success in business, and now looking to start out on yet another entrepreneurial journey and recognizing that for me to accelerate or hack the success that I have, I'm going to have to get coaching. I'm going to have to get guidance. I'm going to have to join masterminds. I'm going to have to invest in myself. I'm going to have to surround myself with the people that have gone before me, that dream bigger to help my vision casting, so much of that, right? And as a freshman, you're not bringing much to the table. You can still contribute, but you've got a lot of growing to do. So it's humbling for me because I recognize that I'm in an arena where I don't know it all. And in certain instances, it's very comforting. But in other instances, it's like, wow, I feel like some of the stuff I'm being exposed to, I should know already. Because I'm actually seeing instances where teenagers are being exposed to some of these same business concepts. Granted, they got the quote unquote unfair advantage that I speak of affectionately because typically kid entrepreneurs have parent entrepreneurs, or at least in this particular environment I'm in right now. So they've been able to kind of hack the ability to get their kids' brains charged up with some good knowledge. And so the idea of being a freshman for all of us can have us thinking, man, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, the road to graduation is so long. But so is the journey of anything worthwhile of achieving in life, right? I mean, you can think back to high school. You can think back to college if you went. You remember being a freshman, and in whatever level, you didn't have much of a clue. You were just there trying to figure it out. You're a super newbie. And it's one of the things that I've thought about, and I've become a little bit more patient now that I'm in my 40s. I'm 41 now, and giving some thought to how patience plays a role in how we visualize our progress. Because truthfully, when you're impatient with your progress, that can be just the thing that gets people to quit the gym. I worked out for 3 weeks straight. I don't see any gains. I don't see any strength improvement. I quit. I see it in the health and wellness space. I heard about that keto thing and I quit eating pasta, for like 3 days and I didn't lose any weight. I quit. Give me some donuts, right? And the fact of the matter is the impatience with progress can be our Achilles heel. We're not giving ourselves typically enough time to naturally grow and develop into that sophomore, into that junior, into that senior, and on to graduate whatever program that you're a part of. And so I chuckle at the idea of this freshman tag on my little lapel here, and I can actually appreciate it. Yeah, I'm a freshman. I'm not bringing a whole lot of unique value to the table. I'm here as a sponge, a student, right? I'm here to absorb the information. There's actually a motivational YouTube. Gosh, I apologize. I can't remember the gentleman's name. His name's Walter, and he's a motivational speaker, and he played in the NBA, and I can picture him right now, but his name just escapes me, and I'm not going to take the time to go try and pull it up on YouTube right now, but he talks about the idea of being, the sharks that rule the game, right? It's the sharks that are out there winning in business. And, how do you swim with the sharks? And, when you think of the laws of nature, you have to go through the process of being, a suckerfish. You got to hang around the big dogs and learn how to hunt like a shark and become a shark. And it's like, wow, what a concept. So similarly, as a freshman, I need to spend more time hanging around the sophomores, juniors, and seniors so I can start to learn more faster and accelerate my own progress. So even though I'm patient with the progress that I'm making, I also understand the concept of surrounding yourself with individuals that can share some of those shortcuts, because part of the path of learning is paved with, bumps and scrapes and bruises, and you don't have to go through all those, right? There's the old saying, learn from your own mistakes, but there's also the saying that a wise man will learn from the mistakes of others. And then there's the quote, how's it go? It goes, good things come to those who wait. Everybody's heard that, right? You've heard it. But then there's also the additional quote that most people haven't heard, and it's kind of an add-on. It says, good things come to those who wait, but they come faster to he who hustles while he waits. Wow. Game changer, right? If you just look at it like that. Yes, I know that, if I'm in the gym and I want to put an extra inch on my biceps, there's going to be some progress of growth that takes place that is not overnight. 9 women that are very motivated can't have a baby in a month just because they divvy up the work. It does not work that way. You need to let Mother Nature take its course and the progress of growth. You don't just plant a seed in the earth and expect the redwood in 3 weeks, reaching up to, as tall as the sky and when you lean your head back, right? So being a freshman and understanding that this is a temporary place that I'm in, because I'm learning, I'm studying, I'm practicing, and I'm growing daily. And so I do have to remind myself of that, right? Have you ever been in that situation where you're going after a noteworthy or, reasonably, a good goal? You're honestly pursuing it with all the gusto and the fervor, but it takes time. It takes time to develop, and you have to respect nature. You have to respect the growth process. You can accelerate things as best you can by hacking it a little bit, but you know what? It still takes 12 months for a year to pass. In any part of the world, it's all the same. Everybody gets 24 hours in a day, so some certain things are basic and have to be understood and respected. You can not believe in gravity, that's fine, but if you step off a cliff, it doesn't matter. The same law applies to us all. The same wind blows on us all, as the saying goes. So I wanted to share that because I think that many of us are on a journey right now. It could be a health journey. It could be a business journey. It could be, maybe you're going through a relationship journey, right? The ups and downs of the relationship with your significant other, right? It's a journey. And you might be in the early stages. And I would encourage everyone out there to kind of, see themselves through kind eyes and take the long-term approach to be real with yourself and understand that, I get it. We live in a microwave popcorn culture. Everybody just wants to, pop in the token, pop in the bag, get the popcorn in a minute and a half or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I don't eat a lot of popcorn, but those Insta results, right? But not understanding the hard work and the patience involved and some of the admittedly at times what feels like drudgery as you go through that growth process. All right, how many times do I have to go to the gym and be so sore, that I can't walk until, I see some leg development, or I get to slap the extra plates on the squat rack, right? It's understanding that it's going to come as long as you keep working. And you'll never fail if you don't what? Quit, right? So as a freshman, I look forward to embracing these things that I'm going through now, that I'm learning right now, because I'm having epiphanies left and right, and I'm having the opportunity to be able to capture those and share them with someone. I'm sharing them all with you as I'm going through these experiences that teach me how to see better. I see better now as a freshman than I did as a freshman in college or high school. Back then it's like, oh my gosh, it'll take forever to get, anywhere, right? To get to the, to the varsity team, or to get, all these accolades that seem like the reserve for the upperclassmen. But you know what? It's a part of the process, right? I look at Tom Brady, a very successful NFL quarterback, obviously going down in the Hall of Fame. He's like my age, and they nickname and call him, Old Man Brady, because he's going back into his 20th NFL season at the age of 42. That's like, defying the laws of time. But the guy takes care of himself, and once he was a freshman too, and they were making fun of him. They were showing like some of his NFL Combine stats. He wasn't the Tom Brady is now, right? He was a younger version. He didn't look, athletically, so superior to the rest of the quarterbacks or anything like that. But you know what? He was essentially a freshman. He was moving into his freshman year of the NFL, and he didn't quit. He did what he needed to do. He stayed patient. He got the right counsel, the right guidance, and he applied the what? The work. He applied the effort, right? And he took care of his mind. He took care of his body. He took care of the people around him to keep him safe and ready to go. And what do you find as a result of that? Just a short 20 years later, he's quite arguably being looked at as the greatest of all time, and rightfully so, because you recognize the consistent performance at an extremely high level, and his results are his certification for such a title. And the only difference between him and some of the others, if we take injury out of the mix, I know I'm making a sports analogy, and a lot of people get hurt playing football, but the idea behind it, he was once a freshman too, right? Everyone knows the story of Michael Jordan. He got cut from his freshman year basketball team. And he's still got the title of greatest basketball player ever to walk the earth, right? Sure, it'll be dethroned someday, but Michael Jordan was a freshman, and he didn't have the skills of the upperclassmen or even the other freshmen, and he didn't make the cut. But you can still be the greatest as long as you give yourself the opportunity to, and not count yourself out because of your current status. Recognizing that your current status is just your current status, not your permanent status, right? And so as I think through this and wanted to share something today, because I've just been getting hit with nuggets left and right, and it feels great to be a freshman, because all of this information is so new to me, and I'm having these super ahas that just wow me left and right, because it's like, oh my goodness, I wouldn't want to be sitting in this event today like, yep, I already know that, yep, I already know that, yep, I already know that. Because I'm learning things I got to learn some things from a 17-year-old kid today, and I'm thinking, wow, what a knowledge bomb that just got dropped on me. Super cool. And it just goes to show that we're never too old to keep learning. The old phrase, if we're not growing, we're dying. And as a freshman, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to be the ignorant one in the room, the one that lacks the knowledge on how to have some of the success of the other entrepreneurs in the room. Because you know what? I fully believe that my time is coming. I'm on the right track. I've got the right attitude. I got the right people around me. And I continually invest in my own growth and development, which will translate into success, guaranteed. So what are you doing out there to grow yourself? Are you content with where you are in life? Do you understand that your current status is just current, and you have the full capacity and capability to level up as long as you apply effort? I hope so, because so many of us have untapped potential that we can dig into, and maybe we need a new system, maybe we need some new surroundings, maybe you need to start a new journey and be at the base of that mountain looking up at the 14,000 foot peaks as a freshman, right? So we all have the choice to either camp, quit, or climb. I choose to climb. How about you? At the end of the day, I hope you found this information useful. I'm just excited about where I'm at and what I'm doing right now, and the ability to be able to share this and to take pride in the fact that I look to be crushing it my freshman year and have a super sophomore year. But I have to understand and respect and be patient with my current status as I look to hustle my way up to a better level that yields the results that I truly want to see in business. So using this to be a motivational message to all of you out there that might be at the beginning of a journey and feel like, quite daunting. Don't worry about it. Time will take care of all that. Don't quit. Keep your head down. Keep plugging away, and be sure to refuel and charge into the places that get you, rejuvenated, because that is a big part of the secret when you're on a long journey, is to stay around the support systems that help lift you up. So with that, I'm out to help lift all of you up, help you learn how to see better. So keep tuning in, and you will recognize those benefits in time. And until next time, thanks again for your time and attentiveness. Be sure to share it with a friend or drop a comment in and let me know how it's affected your life. And until then, I will talk to you next time. Thanks.